All right, what's up, y'all? My name is Aaron Mallory, aka MrLetGo. I keep forgetting to look up here instead of down here. And tonight we're going to discuss Rebecca Lynn Pope. Rebecca Lynn Pope. She responds to Kevin.Samuels' viral world star hip hop viral video. And we have to talk about this because it's deeper than just her responding. This is it's just a lot going on YouTube, and we got to talk about some stuff. So as you guys come on, make sure to hit the like button, say hey in the chat, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel like right now. Y'all already know I got to do one little thing, so leave me alone. No, y'all gonna say something. All right, I am ready. So I need to pull up the live so I can see what's going on to make sure I'm looking good. Okay, not looking good, but all right. So look, we here. All right, Leah. All right. So look, a couple hours ago, Rebecca Lynn Pope, which is she's a dope woman. She was on my podcast one time, and she's amazing, right? So I'm proud to say I know Rebecca, right? She's in Atlanta, just like me, Kevin.Samuels, Derek Jackson, Stephon Speaks, right? So there's a few of us that somewhat do the same thing, and we're all in Atlanta, right? And it's amazing. So why am I talking about Rebecca Lynn Pope? She, a couple hours ago, she made a video talking about what Kevin.Samuels said to the young lady in the viral video, right? And at one point, she started crying, right? And it kind of broke my heart because that was the first time I seen Rebecca cry. You know, sometimes you see these influencers, these strong people, strong women, strong men, but when something really gets to them, it kind of like pulls at your heartstrings a little bit, right? So I really paid attention to the words that she said, and a lot of the things she said, I agree with. For those who don't know, I actually did a video, and I'm going to talk about this in a second, but I did a video actually talking about Kevin.Samuels and Derek Jackson. And I don't want to drag Derek Jackson in this situation, but there's a theme to all this. All these Atlanta people and all these YouTube people is a certain amount of infighting. And I'm not saying Rebecca is fighting with Kevin, but it seems like to be like since Kevin came on the scene and actually blew up, it caused some type of rift in YouTube, right? So, and I'm new to YouTube, so I'm seeing all this stuff in real time. So I don't even know how things were. I'm just seeing things now, and it's like, yo, what are all these people fighting about? So here's the thing. Like I said, I did a video about how it was wrong that Derek Jackson, because Derek Jackson did a video about Kevin.Samuels first. That was a few days ago, right? And he literally alluded to the assumption that Kevin.Samuels may be a down low brother. And then he also said that Kevin.Samuels looks like some dude that works at Men's Warehouse who just got a raise, and now he thinks he's somebody to be listened to, right? So I did a video about that a little while ago. And the thing about it is, I'm just looking at all of this and I'm like, yo, why are you dissing Kevin? Kevin didn't do nothing to you in particular, Derek Jackson. But here's the thing. For those who didn't see that video, I actually dissed Derek Jackson last year. So I'm included in the mess, so I can't just come on here like getting at Kevin or getting at Rebecca or getting at Derek Jackson, because I did some of the same stuff and we all did something bad in a way, in our own way, right? because the thing about it is, in that video I did with Kevin and well, not with him, but about Kevin and Derrick Jackson, I held Derrick Jackson accountable. Like, yo, like, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? Because he was totally wrong. And then I also did a part of that video, and I said Kevin.Samuels was wrong for calling women bees, or calling a woman a broad, or saying get the F off my show. Super disrespectful, right? But in that video, I actually had to hold myself accountable too, because I actually did a diss video about Derrick Jackson. And not only did I do a diss video about him, I actually pulled up at one of his events because he said something in the comments that I didn't like. So I pulled up on Derrick, and we backstage like, yo, you know, what you say about me? You know, and I was somewhat respectful, but it was a reason why I was there and sitting right next to Derrick Jackson. And I was wrong for that. Because why are we fighting? We all are in Atlanta trying to make money, do our things or whatever, you know, inspire these women. So I literally had to apologize for my actions towards Derrick Jackson, right? But I did hold both of them accountable. So now fast forward to today, I see Rebecca Lynn Pope talk about Kevin.Samuels. And one of the issues I have with this emotional conversation she had with us, you know, the viewers, was that she had some great points. But just like with Derrick Jackson, how he had some great points about Kevin.Samuels, 95% of what he said, great points. And then Kevin.Samuels, what he said about the young lady in the video, 95% of what he said were great points. The young lady was out of pocket, was coming on his show, you know, and not really caring about the title of the show. You know, it's a lot of different things that she did that was wrong. She started playing with a phone in the middle of him talking. So she was disrespectful, right? So Derrick, 95% what he said made sense about Kevin. Kevin, 95% of what he said about the young lady made a lot of sense. I agree. And then now with Rebecca Lynn Pope, 95% of what she said about Kevin, I agree. But each one of these three people, I have an issue with 5% of what they said. So now if you want to see the other video I did about Derrick versus Kevin, you go there. But I want to talk about not just Rebecca, but all of this in particular. So everybody on YouTube, on Instagram, I'm about to shut this down in about 2 minutes. So head over to YouTube right now if you guys want to stay on the thing. I don't want to be telling y'all what to do. I don't want to be sounding like other people. Somebody gonna do a video about me. But my point is this. Head over to YouTube, y'all. I discard this. Okay. My point is this. The thing I had a problem with Rebecca, and I don't want no smoke with Rebecca. You know, I'm cool with Rebecca. She kind of discredited Kevin, you know, and to a certain degree, that was a little bit of an issue with me. You know, like we can't, it's not really up to any of us to discredit the other person. You know, people discredit Derrick Jackson. He's a panderer. You know, then here comes Rebecca Lynn Pope discrediting Kevin.Samuels. He's just this. He's not this. Like, why are you, you know, it's just a show. You don't supposed to, you know, and I'm just like, yo, man. But 95% of what she said, I agree. Because like I said, I literally did a video about Kevin. I had a problem with what he said to the young lady. And to be honest with you, I actually think Kevin should give an apology to the young lady. I'm sure the young lady still looks at his show. There's nothing wrong with him just, being in his chair and say, yo, just want to say this to the young lady in that video that went viral. I apologize if I made you feel any kind of way. Like I said, I actually did that same apology to Derrick Jackson, because the video I made about Derrick Jackson was not a diss video, but I can tell by Derrick's response to me when I was sitting next to him backstage that he seen that video as a diss video. So because of that, and me pulling up on him backstage also, because of that, I just literally just said, you know what? I apologize for making you feel a certain kind of way about my actions, right? Because I think that's the one thing that is important for all of us to always be cognizant of doing. There's always a time where whatever you did or whatever you said can be misconstrued. And a lot of times that, we may say something or do something, but we may not have ill intent, but the other person may be looking at it as, a form of malice. But you may feel like, I didn't say this, I didn't mean it. But if the other person took it that way, that other person deserves an apology. So Kevin may feel like, well, I just did what I was supposed to do. She was out of line. She was out of line. She doesn't deserve an apology. That's on him. But I feel like she does. Because with this video going viral, whatever, I think she lives in North Carolina. I'm sure people in North Carolina are like saying like, "Ooh, aren't you that girl in the," you know what I'm saying? So her life may be a little bit better or worse because people are recognizing her, I'm assuming, everywhere she goes. And on top of that, with Rebecca, I think she went a little too far in on Kevin. Like, we all are out here, and everybody isn't a therapist or a clinical psychologist, but that doesn't make the person in particular in question less than. A lot of us, I don't know if there's any therapists doing YouTube videos. None of us are, but we all, to a certain degree, to a small degree, because I can't say all, but our goals are to educate Black people, whether Black men or Black women. But it seems like all we want to do, and this isn't directed towards Rebecca. I'm going off of Rebecca now. But I feel like we all have seemed to we're losing the direction of what we're on here to do, which is educate Black people. So I think Kevin was wrong. I think Derrick was wrong. To a certain degree, I think Rebecca was wrong. 95% of what she said, 95% of what Kevin said, 95% of what Derrick said, I agree with. But there's a 5% that all three of them, of what they said, I don't agree with. And I have the right to disagree. And that doesn't mean I'm beefing with any of these people. I'm just saying, like, we have to stop with this infighting, because a lot of people who aren't necessarily really on YouTube like that, they don't see how much toxicity that is actually going on with all these Black platforms. See, I only have been on YouTube overall since April of this year. So that's April, May, June, July, August, September, up to now. Right? And all I see is these platforms going after the opposite sex, right? Like, you have the Black men, they're like going off on the women. Oh, women are this, women are that, women, all these different things, right? And then you got the female, the women, Black women who are like, they have their platforms, and all they're doing is like, oh, these men are trash. Go to a white man. Forget these Black men. And I'm just like, yo, what's going on with all the infighting? It's just ridiculous. And I'm not from this YouTube culture. I've been on Instagram all this time. So it may have stayed like this. I don't know. I mean, been like this, but it's crazy. And I'm like, yo, I don't want to do any infighting. I don't want to fight with nobody. I'm throwing out apologies, whether somebody deserves one or not, because I don't want no problems. And it's not because for any reason. I just want to see more unity, and that's all. And the easiest thing to do is to change your behavior. And you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that will help all of us. If we just slightly just change our behavior a little bit. And I'm not talking about Rebecca, I'm talking about all these other people, you know? So me just coming to this new platform, and all I'm seeing is toxicity. I'm seeing black men just go off on black women all the time, and I see black women go off on black men all the time. I actually, and just me in particular, I do collaborations on a normal basis. If you go on my Instagram page, I would say 60% of my videos is going to be either me and a woman on a video or a woman talking on a video. 60%. I'm not even plastered all over my own page like that, because 80% of my following is women. So I want the women to see that, hey, I'm with y'all, even though I'm holding y'all accountable. Y'all might get mad at me or whatever, but overall, if you just look at my feed on Instagram, 60% of it, you're going to see a woman's face all over my page. And guess what? The same thing goes for my YouTube channel. I do collaborations with women more than I do with men. Do my podcast. I was doing my podcast with my girl Safari. Look at my go to my playlist that says podcast episodes. Me and a woman, or me and two other women, or me and three other women. It's always with women. Me and Rebecca Pope. Women. Because I'm about unity. I'm about trying to get a better understanding of men and women, not just men or not just women. How can we all work together better? I'm the poster child of men and women working together, because that's all I do. And then after Safari, I got a lot of episodes with my girl creating _April, all on my YouTube channel. You know, and then recently, and this is what's crazy. This is what's crazy. And make sure to hit the like button, y'all. The likes are a little low. You already know how this algorithm is. I need 20 likes in the next 10 seconds. I need 20 likes in the next 10 seconds. 20 likes in the next 10 seconds. Let's go. Hit this like button. Like, let's go. So I need to see it moving. It's not moving. I need 20 likes in the next 5 seconds now. It's not moving. So here's the thing. Recently, I just did a collaboration video with my homegirl, Tanya TKO, Tanya TKO TV, Tanya TKO. She has 2 different channels. So I did this video, great video with Tanya TKO, right? And it did great. A lot of people seen it. And a lot of women, remember, it's men against women, women against men over here, right? A lot of the big YouTubers that were women, black women, they were like, yo, who is this dude? This dude is this. This dude is that. Who is this guy? Why is our girl, Tanya TKO, collaborating with this fool? Who is this guy? And I'm like, yo, what in the world? These people don't even know me. They just going out. This woman that is a woman named Cynthia G. Because it was some other pages also. But this woman named Cynthia G literally made a whole show about me, talking about how black men are worthless, and she doesn't understand why Tanya TKO did a collaboration with a black man. She literally said that black men were animals And all we're good for is like labor horses or mules or something. You know how you get a horse and you start putting stuff on his back and you know what I'm saying? Or for a transport or whatever. I'm like, yo, what in the world is wrong with these people? Get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Unless I'm gonna start. I'm gonna actually in a second. I'm gonna read the comments until the likes start coming up. Get the likes up, y'all. So I'm sitting here looking at this woman like, yo, who are you? Like, what? Why? Why are you berating me? So it's not just Kevin.Samuels. It's not just the men, like victimizing these women. Like, what kind of monster is Kevin.Samuels? What kind of monster is Cynthia G? None of them are monsters. They're just people. And that's the problem I have with all of this. We can get along with each other. And here's the crazy thing about Tanya TKO. And follow all of these people that I'm talking about. Here's the crazy thing about Tanya TKO. Me and her collabed on an Instagram live one time, right? And we actually started arguing, going back and forth. It was a friendly debate that turns into a talk over thing, right? She was talking over me and I was talking over her, and you know what I'm saying, and it got so bad where I just ended the broadcast, right? Because as a man, I'm not gonna allow a woman to talk over me. But I was somewhat being childish myself. So it's like it was both of us being childish. Right after that, I sent her a text because I just cut her off my broadcast. I just cut the live off. Like, no, I'm not going to deal with that. Because at the end of the day, regardless of who the person is, you have to set boundaries. And if you feel like your boundaries are being stepped over, like, it's important for you to pull away. So all I did was pull away from Tanya TKO because it got a little toxic, right? But instantly, I went to texting her. I didn't know she was live on her platform talking about me. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? She says, I'm live. So I'm like, let me come on your platform. So she's like, for what? So she's on her live like, MrLetGo wants to come on my platform. Why? Should I let him on? And I guess the people said yes, right? So I came on her platform, right? And she's like, why did you end the broadcast? That hurt my feelings. You know what I said instantly? I apologized. Even though I feel like she was the one that was causing the friction, because it's my perception versus her perception. Even though I felt like she was the one that was in the wrong, guess what? It didn't matter. I still apologized. Because here's the thing about apologies. It's not always about how you feel about what you did. Because like I said, this video I did about Derrick Jackson, I didn't feel like it was disrespectful. But if that man felt like it was disrespectful, well, that man deserves an apology. And I issued an apology to him. So with this situation with Tanya, I don't feel like I did anything wrong. I set my boundaries. I was warning her like, yo, can you stop? And she didn't stop. So I dropped her off my broadcast. I didn't feel like I did anything wrong, but it doesn't matter. If the other person feels a certain kind of way about what you said or did, that person deserves an apology. So I instantly apologized to Tanya. I said, I apologize for making you feel any kind of way with. I didn't sit around and say, but you did this, but nope. I apologize. I apologize to Derrick Jackson. So I can't control anybody else's narrative. But with that being said, I would like to ask Kevin.Samuels to apologize to not only this young lady that he disrespected and said, "Get the F off of my show," to the other women who feel offended by your actions, i.e., Rebecca Pope. You know, I think that will be a positive thing that will bring men and women together. You know, it's not a pride thing. We have to get away from this pride stuff. I think that will somewhat heal some wounds, because Kevin.Samuels was here as far as subscribers. Now he's like here. He went from 100,000 subscribers to 30,000 subscribers. And you already know the majority of those are women. So if any of those women are offended by his actions, well, the best way to apologize is, one, say it with sincerity, and two, with change behavior, which means don't call women bees. Don't cuss at the women that are coming on your show. And I can't control nobody's narrative, so I'm nobody. I'm just saying. And here's the thing. And this isn't about being on Rebecca's side, being on Kevin's side, being on a women's side, being on a men's side. I don't care about those darn sides. I'm on a black side. I'm on a black side. If you're black, I'm on your side. I'm not with all this black men versus black women stuff. It's stupid. So, simply my opinion. I feel like a lot of people need apologies. A lot of people watching this broadcast. Is it somebody in your life, in your family, that deserves an apology? I was just talking to the ladies in my coaching group about how I apologized to my ex-wife. I apologized to my children. Why? Well, there's always something that you as a parent did, you as a spouse did, or you as a mate did, you as an ex did. How many of you women literally treat your kid's father like crap sometimes? How many of you men have berated your baby mama? How many of you mothers have literally told your child to shut up or sit down or leave me alone? And your kid was literally just trying to show you something that they wrote or something that they did or something that they wanted to tell you, but you were looking at your show or you was busy or whatever, you on a phone, you told them to shut up or get out of here. You don't think that child deserves an apology? Whether you think you did something wrong or not, because that's not the point. Kevin may feel like he didn't do anything wrong. A lot of you may feel like Kevin didn't do anything wrong. Like I said, I didn't feel like I did anything wrong with Tanya TKO. I didn't feel like I did anything wrong with Derrick Jackson. But guess what? I still gave an apology. See, it's about emotional intelligence. It's not about ego. And I'm just throwing something out here, okay? I'm not saying do this, do. I don't care. I'm just coming into this world on YouTube, and I'm just seeing how like it's so toxic. And I'm just throwing something out here that may possibly help with the toxicity, help relieve a little bit of the toxicity. It's not about, well, I didn't do anything wrong, so I shouldn't apologize. If you offended another person, that person deserves an apology, whether you feel like you did something wrong or not. Because guess what? There's two people in virtually every argument, right? And then it's three stories. It's your story, their story, and the actual truth. So your perspective, your viewpoint, you may feel like you didn't do anything wrong to your baby mama, to your kid, to your baby daddy. But I'm willing to bet that you offended your child, your baby mama, your baby daddy. And that person deserves an apology. I sat down with my kids and I just told them, like, I apologize for changing or derailing your life, because me and their mom were married, during the divorce. We all split up, and you know what I'm saying? And to a certain degree, it really affected my older daughter with me not being the head of household anymore. To a certain degree, my older daughter became the head of her mom's household. Like, she actually became me in their household away from me, because her mom was so used to the house being ran by me. When I wasn't in the house anymore, she kind of like appointed my oldest daughter as the head of household without even saying it. Make sure your sister gets this. Make sure all that stuff was my job. I helped the kids with their homework. I did this. I was disciplinarian. Disciplinarian. I did all that stuff. And of course, during a breakup, things are different. So it's not saying I wasn't in my kids' lives anymore, but it was different. I apologize to my kids for that. I apologize to my ex-wife for that. Do I feel like I was wrong in my decisions? No, but that's not the point. Okay, so look, I'm going to read these comments. And while I read these comments, I need you to hit the button and come out of the chat. So when you see the normal YouTube layout with like, dislike, and share, I need you guys to hit the like button, hit the unlike button, and hit the share button, and send this to somebody who may need it on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Send a link to somebody. So I need 20 likes in the next 10 seconds. Well, 20 likes in the next 15 seconds, and I'm going to read these comments, because I got a lot more to say, but y'all aren't going to hear it unless I get these likes back up. All right. So, all right. Somebody says, what else you got? Some YouTubers are very competitive, trying to keep their followers. Yeah, it's crazy out here. All right. So, oh, okay. Y'all talking to each other. All right. Relationships are designed to be reciprocal, yet you teach people how to treat you by what you will accept from them. I agree. Setting boundaries. Yeah, setting boundaries is very, very important. These likes aren't going up, y'all. Let's get these likes up. I'll just hang out and just read comments or whatever. There's enough comments for me to read for the next 20 minutes. But if y'all want me to continue, let's bring these likes up. All right. Hanging up is weak. Weak. As a man, you need to manage your emotions. We're here to provide a solution, not add a problem. Well, here's the thing. Hanging up at that particular time was me setting my boundaries. Okay. You always have to have healthy boundaries, whether even with your own kids, So, all right, let me talk about the kid thing real quick. Likes, come on, y'all. There's 94 people on here. Let me say something about this. You set boundaries with everybody. Okay. There's a certain tolerance level that where the door closes, and that's what your boundaries are. Now, say you're looking at your favorite show, or say you're on a phone, right? And your kid keeps coming in, bothering you about stuff, just random stuff. It's not even a problem, right? Or your kid is crawling all on your back while you're trying to look at TV, right? Or you're trying to do some stuff on the computer, right? And your kid is all over your back, calling you, messing with you or whatever, ask you crazy stuff. Well, it's important for you to set boundaries with your own kid. You sit down with your kid and say, okay, look, at 5:30, 6:30, whatever 30, we'll play. But give mommy or give daddy 30 minutes and go look at SpongeBob or go do this and do that. And when your show is over, we'll play. We'll talk. We'll do this. Deal? And your kid will say, oh, okay, cool. You know, say when you come home from work, right? Just coming home from work, and you wanna kind of like decompress a little bit, right? And your kids come out all jumping all on you, mommy, all this stuff, right? You tell your kids like, hey, give mommy or daddy 30 minutes and we'll play or we'll talk or whatever. I'll ask you about your day, but give me 30 minutes to go wash my face or sit down for a second. Guess what? Your kids say, okay. And they'll be looking at the clock, staring at the clock, waiting until 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock so they can run back and start messing with you again. But they'll learn their boundaries. And the same thing goes with anybody else in your life. You have to learn how to set healthy boundaries with everybody around you. So me hanging up on Tanya, some may look at that as disrespectful, but we were not getting anything done. It was just a bunch of talking and arguing or whatever. So I set my boundaries. But like I said, and the reason for this whole live, I apologized. I apologized for hanging up on her. And that's the thing. Who in your life deserves an apology? All right, 100 people on here. We have 44 people. Let me check on some more comments. And if you guys want me to catch your comment, make sure to put your comment in the super chat. If you want me to catch your comments, make sure to put your comment in the super chat. Some people don't know what a super chat is because some of y'all are Instagram people. There's a $ down here at the bottom where all you have to do is hit the $ and send in a donation. It'll highlight your actual comment so I won't miss it, and it'll show up on the screen. So if you want me to catch your comment, make sure to put it in the super chat. But I'll catch a couple of them because you don't have to. I'm just saying. All right. It takes a real man to say he's sorry to allow others to heal, knowing that he's not diminished by saying sorry. Women are wired differently, emotional, not logical. An apology wouldn't mean Kevin is wrong. Exactly. And that's exactly how I feel. And that's exactly how I feel. Sometimes an apology will just make things a little bit better, you know? Because like I said, I'm tired of seeing all of these men and women just bashing each other. I mean, this YouTube world is nuts. It's nuts. And with all that being said, if Rebecca Lynn Pope sees this and feels offended by me saying that she said something wrong by slick discrediting Kevin.Samuels, I apologize to you, Rebecca. Because like I said, I'm not here to cause problems or whatever. I just feel like to a certain degree, we all are infighting in some type of way. And it's nothing wrong with an apology. I feel like Kevin should apologize to the young lady, to his audience, to Rebecca, if he wants to. And it'll make things a little bit more smoother, you know? I would like I can't apologize to the Cynthia G woman for saying black people are animals because I haven't even had a conversation with her. So I feel like she owes me an apology, and she owes black men an apology for saying some crap like that. But overall, it is what it is. But I just feel like it's nothing wrong with just saying sorry about whatever, even if you don't feel like you're wrong. All right, she's not asking for an apology because she's not a baby. Oh, okay. So babies ask, well, actually, babies don't ask for apologies. So what the heck are you talking about? I've never heard of a baby asking for an apology. What are you talking about? If they're offended, that's a personal problem. Good Lord, really? You leaving yourself open for future disrespect with all of these. Oh my God. See, this is the problem. Let me tell y'all something. And I don't know if Slayer, I'm a Pan Slayer. I'm assuming that's a guy. Let me tell y'all something, man. That is an insecurity. And I ain't trying to be offensive, but that's an insecurity. Let me tell y'all a story real quick. So y'all just not gonna get these likes up. That's what we're doing. Let me tell y'all a story real quick. A friend of mine had shout out to Andre Norman. He still has a program where he actually teaches brothers in prison. I'll say brothers in prison. He goes in and he puts together programs for the brothers that are in the prison. I mean, killers, guys who are doing like 20 years. He's inside of the dorm of the prison, right? And he's literally like teaching the guys how to operate better in the prison, because he actually was in prison. I think he did 10 years in prison, right? But he's coming back to the prison and giving back, right? He has a whole program. He put TVs up at a prison. He did all kinds of stuff, right? And he invited me to come out and help him, right? So I came out, and just imagine being in a dorm with like 60 prisoners, right? I actually said at one point, I said, yo, is it true that some of you guys, to a certain degree, may be insecure? And the guys was like, yeah. And I said, is it true that some of you guys may stick your chest out a little more often than usual? Simply not because you're tough, simply not because you want to, do something to somebody, but sticking your chest out a little bit or deepening your voice a little bit will simply make it where you can be left alone a little bit more. Is it true that y'all just want to be left alone? And the guys was like, yeah. To be honest with you, I don't want no problems with nobody. But something happened, I got to defend myself. But you're right. All we want to do is do our time and be left alone. We don't want no problems with nobody, but it's always, and it always ends up being problems. So what Pan Slayer said, you leaving yourself open for future disrespect. At the end of the day, a lot of men, they don't apologize because they're insecure, because they feel like that. They're so worried that somebody's going to look at them like a punk. They're so worried that somebody, if a man becomes like just vulnerable and just, cries, says sorry, shit, just being human, somebody's going to take advantage of them. I'm in the middle of a prison. It's certain times where I actually opened the prison. It was in South Carolina, SCDC. I came in by myself, 9:00 in the morning. And I actually told the warden to open up all the doors, right? So early in the morning, I'm around 60 prisoners, dudes who done all kinds of stuff. And it's just me, just doing classes. But guess what? It was so much love in that prison. Literally every dude, what's going? Hug. I'm like hugging and just dapping up 60 dudes. Before I even can get started, I got to hug and dap up each one of these dudes. We saying we love each other. Love you, bro. When I'm about to leave, all right, I'm about to head back to Atlanta. Oh man, love you, bro. And these are dudes like doing time. Ain't no telling what some of these. Well, I know what some of these dudes did. I mean, I'm not even gonna talk about what some of those dudes did and why they're in there. But it was so much love, it was so much vulnerability in there. If something went wrong, a dude would say he's sorry. But some of y'all aren't even in prison, but y'all feel like y'all got to be tough with a woman. Not even with a guy, with a woman. You can't tell a woman you sorry because you don't want to feel like, somebody's going to take advantage of you. Are you serious? That is a deep insecurity of a black man. It's kind of embarrassing, to be honest with you. So now I'm emotionally intelligent enough. I am secure enough to apologize, to do whatever I need to do. Because I'm here to help save my black people. And I'm not anybody big, but if I could save one woman from her issues, from her past, from her upbringing, if I could save one guy from his issues, from his upbringing, I've done my job. Because the difference between me and a lot of influencers on social media, I'm not here for the women. I'm not here for the men. I'm actually here to help save your children. See, I'm here to show your children that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to say sorry. It's okay to cry. I ain't worrying about y'all. Some of y'all lost. Some of y'all stuck in y'all ways. Y'all ain't never gonna change. But somebody one of your kids can be looking over your shoulder while you watch one of my videos, and your kid who's still open to different perspectives may see me talking and see me apologizing or see me being vulnerable, and it may help adversely affect them in a positive way, who's looking over your shoulder. So I ain't worrying about y'all, because some of y'all stuck in y'all ways. I can't save everybody. So to a certain degree, the things I'm talking about right here may not save you, but it may save your kid. Because one of you may sit down with your kid and apologize to him in real life. So I'm here to save your kids. Do you realize how much trauma and how much crap that your kid has been dealing with because of you beefing with your baby mama or you beefing with your baby daddy? You sitting here calling your baby daddy all kinds of names, or your baby. You don't realize that your kid is seeing all this, and all it may take for you to just let all this go is an apology, even when you didn't do anything wrong in your opinion. I'm doing this for your kids, not you. And if you guys like what I'm saying, if you guys agree, do two things for me. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with this, and of course, like the video and subscribe if you agree with this. I'm on here for your kids. You guys may not realize how much crap your kid is dealing with you. You think you're a good mom, you think you're a good dad. A lot of you are trash as parents. Simply because you may pay some money, you may put a roof over your kids' heads, but at the end of the day, you can't get along with the opposite sex to save your life. You think all men are trash, or you think all women are trash, and your kid is hearing this. So what's wrong with an apology? What's wrong with being vulnerable? What's wrong with being open to another person's perspective? I actually went on this woman Cynthia G's live today. The same woman that literally made a whole show talking all kinds of crap about me. Same woman who made a show saying that black men are animals. I went on her show and I dropped a message in the chat, and I dropped the super chat in there because I wanted her to see my comment, and it was a positive comment. I literally told her like, "Yo, I got smoke with you. I wouldn't mind coming on your show so we can have a conversation." Now, me simply just saying I got smoke is negative. But me letting her know, like, yo, I wouldn't mind having a conversation with you. I'm opening the dialogue, right? I love having collaborations with women. I'm not one of these dudes on YouTube who just like, these women are trash, or one of these women, these men are trash. No, let's collaborate. I want to collaborate with some women, collaborate with some guys. But just know, I ain't with all this tearing other black people down stuff. It's just not me. Because at the end of the day, all of you, well, a lot of you are parents, and your goofy ass habits are trickling down to your kid, making your kid goofy. You're not wanting to apologize to your baby daddy. You're not wanting to apologize to your baby mama. You having this bad attitude against the opposite sex is going to cause your kid to go to school or go to high school with the same bad attitude against the opposite sex. Now your kid is out here fighting and stuff, or they can't find a boyfriend or girlfriend, or they can't go to their little dance or whatever, or because they can't even get along with the opposite sex because they see you not being able to get along with the opposite sex. You can't stand your baby daddy. You can't stand your baby mama. What do you think that's doing with you about your kids? How you think that's affecting your freaking kids? Thank you for the super chat, April. Harmful, destructive languaging isn't helping heal anybody. A lot of these influencers are in pain, and it shows. Wounded people wound healed people. And I agree with you, April. Y'all see how I was, because a lot of y'all are Instagram people. Y'all see how I was able to put her comment over here on the screen? That's what a super chat is, for those who don't know what a super chat is. Because I know I got a lot of Instagram people. These YouTube people don't know me really. But here's the thing about some of these influencers are in pain. Say, especially a man. Women saying men are in pain is almost, and I'm not saying you, April, but it's almost a passive aggressive dig. There's a lot of these women, they'll come in my comments, they'll go in Kevin's comments or whoever else's comments, and they'll be like, who hurt you? You're hurt. You're a hurt little boy. And whether it's true or not, because I don't know some of these people, that's a dig. That's a passive aggressive insult. Who hurt you? We got to stay out of people's business. That's another thing Rebecca said. She said that, and I'm paraphrasing, she said that Kevin may be hurt or something. And I think that was a little out of line. So to a certain degree, Kevin owes Rebecca an apology, and the woman that was on his show and his following an apology, and Rebecca owes Kevin an apology also, because I think she was a little out of line for that. You don't know what's going on in somebody's life to just throw out words like he's hurt. We don't know who is what. And when a woman says an influencer is hurt, that's a passive aggressive insult. That's a lot of women's way of getting to us men. who hurt you? You didn't have no daddy. None of us ain't had no daddy. But just because I'm up here on this platform, me not having a daddy is meaning I'm a terrible person. Y'all ain't had no daddy either. But saying somebody didn't have no daddy or they're hurt or you know what I'm saying? It sounds like it's but it's not. It's actually a passive aggressive insult. That who hurt you stuff. So that's my issue with all of y'all. The YouTubers, stop all this infighting. The women, the black women calling black men trash and animals or not worthy of black women. Stop. Black male YouTubers, stop with the women are trash and pump and dump and all this. Come on, man. Our kids are depending on us to get along with each other. I came on YouTube to help bring people together. If you're a woman YouTuber, hit me up. Let's do a collaboration. I want to bring these groups together. You know why? The real reason why I want to bring these groups together is because of what's about to start going on in 2021. Today, it was all over social media that somebody in Detroit got the first vac. I'm not going to say the word because YouTube be having algorithms, but somebody got this today. If you don't know what that is, something wrong with you. They put a little Band-Aid on it. You know what I mean. I don't want to say the word. They got the C19 whatever, right? And they're pushing it on black people. So a lot of you, with all this fighting, you don't realize they on YouTube are not the enemy. Because at some point, people are going to start losing jobs, not being able to fly, losing opportunities because they're saying no to this. They're not getting this. Next thing you know, the person, well, you can't come back to work until you get this. But if we all were to collectively, as black people, say no to this and say, all right, get all my coworkers at my job and say, you know what? Forget all the infighting, forget all the hating on each other, forget all the this floor versus that floor or the men versus women. No, let's get all of us together and say, all right, none of us are going to get this. And if our supervisor says you got to get this or you don't have no job, oh well, all of us are gone. So the black men and black women all on a whole floor don't show up to work until they say, okay. We're losing too much money. You don't have to get the thing, the C19, whatever. You ain't got to get it. Come on back to work because we're losing too much money. That is the reason why all this infighting is hurting us. We got to stop it. It's freaking stupid. It's freaking stupid. Black people just run around calling each other trash. It's stupid. You guys are idiots with all this stuff. Let's get these likes up, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. And if I missed your comment, put it in the super chat and I'll highlight it up here. All right, Ebony says Rebecca should have stayed out of this and she should have let men handle this matter. My husband would not have allowed me to get involved. He would have said, baby, mind your business. She been quiet. Why now? Well, the reason why Rebecca is saying something is because Rebecca, to a certain degree, connected herself to Kevin Samuels about a year or two ago or something like that. Rebecca started saying that she's given up on being a matchmaker because she's starting to see what's actually going on. A lot of these women who have money, they have unreasonable expectations. So they'll pay Rebecca or whatever, and they're like, well, he need to be like this, he need to be like that, and he got to be this tall, or and she's looking at the woman and she's like, he ain't, that guy ain't gonna want you because you're a little overweight, or you older, or you got this attitude, or whatever. So this ain't gonna work. So she kind of like gave up, or not gave up, but she let go of that practice of being a matchmaker. All right, Black Mind, Money, and Muscle, thank you for the super chat. He says, or they say, because I don't know if it's male or female, the rich and powerful isn't sorry for anyone. She needed a reality check, dose of the truth, so she can better herself and take care of her own hair. I don't understand what that means. But here's the thing. Rebecca and Kevin kind of like connected themselves together. So, because the way I found out about Kevin Samuels was through Rebecca. Rebecca did a video saying that men like Kevin Samuels aren't into A, B, and C. These guys, they are the six-figure guys that y'all want, but these guys want something in return or something like that, right? So I went to Kevin Samuels' YouTube page and I started paying attention to what he's doing. So she kind of like connected herself to Kevin. So when all of this started hitting the fan, everybody literally started going back to Rebecca, and she's like, and everybody's like, yo, what's up with your boy? What's up with your guy? Didn't you connected to this guy, right? This is, so she said some things about positive about Kevin. Kevin said something about positive about her. So they became connected in some type of way. So with that being said, since they both are social media influencers, I can understand why she had to make a video about Kevin, kind of like saying that I'm not with what he said, because I'm not with what he said either. The 5% that he said that was disrespectful, but the 95% of what he said, I agree with. So and to a certain degree, I don't know. I just think like Rebecca like went in on him a little too hard, but she has that right. She could do what she want to do. But overall, it's actually causing more issues because we all are in Atlanta. We all are in Atlanta. When the world opens back up, imagine an event or whatever. Kevin Samuels, Rebecca Lynn Pope, me, Stefan, the other guy, possibly, but trying to stay unified. So him too. You know what I'm saying? Something. So yo, man, we gotta stop this infighting, man. All right, so let's see. But yes, there's a lot of women who are perceived as delusional, and there are a lot of black men who are perceived as losers, right? I call black women loser choosers, which means a lot of the black men are losers. Not all of them, but it's some black men that are losers But it seems like the black women are only choosing the guys who are losers. So the guys that are left, they're dogging the black women who keep, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot. It's called maturity. I love it. I love it. Ramonia, you're so right. It's called maturity. But I just want us to do a better job at collaborating, digging each other up instead of tearing each other down, you know. And this may just be what they do on YouTube, but I'm not doing it. Okay, I ain't with it. It's just dumb to me, because like I said, we as black people have to stick together going into 2021. Telling you, if you beefing with somebody, your coworker, you need to befriend your coworker, and y'all need to stand together and get everybody else on your floor together, or your department together, and say, yo, if they start trying to make us and make this mandatory, the C-19 whatever, make this mandatory, we ain't coming to work, and you ain't gonna be able to accomplish that without your black coworkers or white coworkers, whatever. But at the end of the day, we need each other, man. Let's make money together. I made money with Tanya TKO. That video I posted made money. And then guess what? She reposted the same video, titled it a little bit, and posted the same video that we did on my platform on her platform. So that collaboration, it got to like what, 15,000 views so far. A couple days ago, I made money off of the video. She posted on her page. She made money because I think her video, which was the same video as mine, I think hers is at 16,000 now. We made money together. So I want to make money with you guys. And that comes with collaborations. And instead of like just saying the opposite sex is trash. It's stupid. Ladies, you're not trash. Guys, you're not trash. Cynthia G, even though she says some old goofy stuff, I'll collaborate with her. Or Pink Pill, or whoever the heck is out there. I don't know these freaking people. But at the end of the day, we need each other. Going in 2021, I'm telling you, we're going to need each other more than ever. Y'all think it's cool now? Oh, I ain't taking this. I ain't, I don't want to say the word, but I ain't doing that. Oh, you ain't doing that? Okay. When your job tell you that is mandatory, you gotta fly out somewhere, and they say it's mandatory. You still ain't gonna take it. But if all of us band together, men and women, and say no, sir, and there's enough of us that says no to it, because we working together and not beating each other down and not talking about each other, we can change our own freaking narrative. But nah, y'all want to fight. Y'all want to do all this infighting. Tanya ended you. What are you talking about? Anyone who watched both reaction videos could see that Derek Jackson and Rebecca Lynn Pope gave a knee-jerk reaction. They didn't watch the full 23-minute version. I don't know. But it is what it is. Whether they did or not, I don't know. But all I know is they both were out of line. But they both had great points, because I have the same problem with Kevin. But Kevin had great points about the young lady. Like I said, Derek, 95% of what he said, I agree with. Kevin, 95% of what he said about the young lady, I agree. Rebecca, Rebecca, 95%, what she said, totally agree. But all three of those people said 5%, or 5% of what they said, I totally disagree with. And it was like either disrespectful, blatantly, or it was passive aggressive, disrespectful. Just my opinion. And I feel like somebody, regardless of who that is, deserves an apology. Well, somebody's, I think a few people deserve an apology so we can just move on. Do y'all realize how much bad juju is out here on you? Uh-oh. Black men, take your place. We're tired of leading. Oh, I love it. I'm cool with that. But do y'all know how much bad juju is out here with all this Kevin.samuels? Like, he's this, he's that. Okay. Some of this, he's this, he's that. Like, listen to the man, because I don't think he's a bad person. I don't think Rebecca's a bad person. I don't think Derek is a bad person. But just hold the people accountable and keep it moving. Just don't go overboard with the accountability, where you get to the point where you're literally insulting the freaking person. And like I said, I played a part in it. I was one of the people who were insulting people and pulling up on people. I literally pulled up on somebody. For what? It was stupid. Oh crap. What I do? What I just do? Oh, okay. Oh, I gotta hit this. So I think all of it is stupid. Regardless if somebody's a con artist, it doesn't make a difference, y'all. Most women don't like Kevin's delivery, but no one really disputes what he has to say. And I agree with you, Corey. Instead, they go to the sign playbook. Yes. And I forgot what sign actually stands for. What does sign stand for, Corey? Sign, it's I know one, I don't remember none of them, to be honest with you, but I know what the sign playbook is. And one of the sign playbook parts is who hurt you? You know what I'm saying? The passive aggressive. Oh, he's hurt. That's the reason why or you don't like women, and or you down low and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's crap. But yes, I agree. Kevin is the truth. I have no problems with Kevin. Kevin is dope. Thank you for the super chat, April. That wasn't a jab. I'm not about jabs. You know that. I stand by what I said. Hurt people do things that hurt people. I'm not. I literally said I'm not talking about you, April. I literally was saying that's what Rebecca said. And I'm saying that women have a tendency to throw that out there sometimes. I'm not saying what you said was a jab, but this is a habit of what women do. They'll see a man, and if he disagrees with what the woman said, he automatically either doesn't like black women, he's hurt, somebody hurt him, or he's down low. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. It's just passive aggressive mess. So I'm not saying you did it, but oh yeah, all of us are in Atlanta except for no, all of us are in Atlanta. All of us are in Atlanta. Yes. When you don't take it personal, Kevin speaks a lot of useful info. I totally agree. Yes, I totally agree. I'm a fan of Kevin. I'll tell y'all a secret. This whole setup is off of watching Kevin. I have no problem with Kevin. Kevin is dope. This whole setup, the way that look, if you look at Kevin's show, he has a different mic, but his mic is kind of like centered the way mine is, right? I learned from him. I'm watching what he does, but here's the thing. I'm watching the mistakes he make also, so I won't make them. And this is what we have to do with each other. We have to learn from each other. We have to collaborate with each other. We have to check each other when the other person does some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Men or women. Let's hold each other accountable. You know? To be honest with you, I would have called Rebecca, because like I told you, she's been in my podcast. I would have called Rebecca and said all of this myself, but I'm not calling a married woman 9-10 o'clock at night. That's disrespectful, right? But if this was during the day and I would have seen that video, I would have called her up and like, yo, I think you just went a little too far with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of discredited the man, you know, because like I said, none of us are therapists. She's not a therapist. I'm not a therapist. Kevin isn't a therapist. Derek Jackson isn't a therapist. Stefan Speaks isn't a therapist. Ace Metaphor isn't a therapist. None of us are therapists. So we can't run around saying like, well, he's not this. None of us are. You know, I ain't nobody. You know, I'm not gonna run around and say, well, I no, none of us are. But when he called a woman out her name, he lost. Exactly. But here's the thing: give the man a chance. Don't say he lost you. Give the man a chance. Like I said, I think you know, a lot of people deserve an apology from Kevin.Samuels. How can a single man give relationship advice? Oh, well, here's the thing. I am single. I don't necessarily give relationship advice, but I would if somebody asked me. But my platform isn't about giving relationship advice. What Kevin does, I don't know the man, so I'm not his lawyer or his agent or nothing, but he's an image consultant. So he's consulting the people who are calling into his show about their image. You know, if you're fat, well, you have a certain image. If you're I don't know, if your teeth are messed up, well, that you have a certain image. You know what I mean? You're not really going to be able to get A, B, and C, or if you're broke, that's your image, right? So he's an image consultant. You know, and me personally, I teach people how to let go of what is no longer serving their best interest by exposing the psychological issues that are really going on with Black men and Black women. But no, I'm not a therapist. I'm a coach. This message ain't for everyone. Everyone is not a wife. Well, to be honest with you, and I don't know you or whatever, S. Howard, but it's not really about everyone being a wife or not. And look, let's get these likes up, y'all. Everybody, real quick. You guys been in the show real quick. It's cool. Come out of the chat. There's a chat button. Come out of the chat, and then you'll see the normal stuff up under the YouTube page. And then hit like, hit dislike, and hit share. You can dislike it. I don't care. Just do something. So right now, I need 20 people right now to go like or dislike this video. I need 20 people right now to go like or dislike this video. If you don't like what I'm saying, you disagree with me, dislike the video. But if you agree with the fact that we all would do better if we worked together and collaborated with each other and made money together instead of all this infighting and Atlanta people fighting and Black men fighting with the Black women, or Black women fighting with the Black men. If you agree with this, like the video. Like the video. That's all you got to do. Just like the video. Or dislike the video. Just do something. Do this with your finger. Just do some stuff. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as the saying goes. Don't get so caught up in how he says it. You harden your heart to a helpful message. I agree. Give these people a chance, y'all. Thank you so much, Romonia. I appreciate that. Thank you, Peach Spirit. I appreciate you. I already did from 2 accounts. Thank you, Leah. I appreciate that. Likes up. Maurice, I appreciate that. When women tear down men, they create the same Frankenstein in a man as a man creates in a woman becomes the female Frankenstein as a result of being torn down. Right, Michael? And that's all I'm saying, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Can we finally get to the look? Put it like this: there's some people from the manosphere on here. How about y'all reach out to some of these women and do a collaboration with them? How about we do that? Not somebody out of the followers or the subscribers, one of the other influencers. I did it with Tanya TKO. And like I said before, I made money off of the video, right? And she took the same video and she put it up on her platform, the same video. And she made about the same amount of money as I made. Mine is at 15,000 views and like 1,800 likes. And the same video that we did, she put on her platform. And guess what? Her video is at 15,000 or more views also. So I collaborated with one of the women who are on that side of the whatever, and we both made money together. What's wrong with that? And shout out to me. I got like 7,800 subscribers, and I got the video to 15,000, and she has like 100 and something thousand subscribers. So I'm kind of like keeping up with the big dogs. But the thing about it is, when they start seeing men, black men and black women collaborate on these huge platforms, guess what? It changes the narrative. Then it changes the YouTube algorithm. It'll slow down all the infighting. It'll slow down all the he ain't this. And because here's the thing: if Mr. So-and-so with all these followers, I mean subscribers, and Mrs. So-and-so up here, and they both have all these subscribers, and they collaborate with each other, and it's successful, one, they'll make money together, right? And then two, the other platforms would have nothing else to complain about. Because that person, that big influencer, is a part of this group over here. And the male influencer is a part of this group over here. So no longer can they say, women are trash or men are trash, because they just collaborated with the perceived enemy. It changes the narrative. Now nobody's trash. Now, sadly, for some of these for some of these influencers, if you can't call the opposite sex trash, you may no longer have a platform, though. Because to be honest with you, a lot of you, black men, black women, the way you're actually making money on YouTube is by calling the opposite sex trash. And if you don't call the opposite sex trash, or say all these bad things about the opposite sex, or stay away from the opposite sex and get a white girl or a white man, you ain't gonna have nothing to talk about. That's part of the reasons why y'all are doing all this infighting, because it makes y'all money. See, I ain't gotta do all that. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but I ain't gotta run around calling nobody trash in order to make money. It's not what I do, but it is what it is. All right, Black Mind, that someone always got a problem with what you say, how you said it. We all know the truth. and look at the video 3 times. He said everything with care. I agree with you until he said, get the F off of my show. Until he sat there and said, you broad. It wasn't just the word, it was the tonality of it. And I have a problem with that. You know what I mean? But like I said, the way I have this together, see, you see this speaker right here is hooked to this over here, right? So if I had Instagram up, they can like go on Instagram Live and they can talk through the speaker, and the speaker is like close to the mic, right? I got that from who? Kevin. I put this the way it is, and I got this speaker the way it is. I got all this set up from the idea of doing it from Kevin, because I don't know how Kevin has his stuff, like how it works, but I had to figure out how to put it together so mine would work. But all of this came from Kevin's from me watching Kevin. I don't know Kevin.Samuels, so I'm a fan of his work, but as a brother, it is my job to simply drop a drop in the bucket and let him know that some of the things that you say are demeaning and disrespectful towards Black women. But that's it. I love his platform. You know what I'm saying? Is money out here for all of us to make, and I want all of us to get it. But when it comes to accountability, we can't just hold the women accountable. We got to hold the men accountable also. Hold on. That's his prerogative to say, get off my show. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not a prerogative. Yes. It's his prerogative to say whatever he wants to say. Yes. But at the end of the day, look at the backlash. See, here's the thing. You can say no bad publicity is good publicity. He don't went from 120,000 subscribers to 220,000 subscribers. But he's losing people also. Like some of these influencers don't mess with him no more. So wouldn't you like to get all of the good and none of the bad? All you got to do is not say, get the F off my show, and don't say y'all broads are all alike. That's all you got to do. You know, my tone be crazy sometimes, you know, and I've actually said, because I'm okay with saying to a certain degree that some women will, well, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to mess with the YouTube algorithm. So I ain't even gonna say the phrase or nothing, because I don't want the algorithm to mess with me. But that's not going to slow down the infighting, because everyone doesn't have the same agenda. Some Black people need the chaos narrative, not just influencers. Oh, some of y'all need the infighting to keep going, just so you can have something to complain about, right? I love that, April. Thank you for saying that. Especially his video about women. Look. We're not finna just start beating up on none of them. We're not doing that. All right. Now, if you want to say something, put it in the super chat. I'll say it regardless of what you say. You super chat it, I'll say it anyway. But you ain't super chatting it. I'm not finna be sitting here saying something about one of these influencers, one of these creators, because at the end of the day, we all are out here trying to change the narrative between men and women, you know? Because at the end of the day, one of the things I like about Kevin is that he promotes marriage. Some of these other guys don't promote marriage. They say don't get married. Some of these Black women influencers, They say black men are trash and go get a white man instead. You know, so no, I'm not really with the talking mess about other influencers. I just feel like it's our responsibility to hold each other accountable. Just pull on them a little bit, like, yo, like I've had influencers that I'm cool with pull me to the side and say, yo, man, what you said was out of line. You know what I mean? And we'll have a conversation about it. Because, like I said, I would have called Rebecca Lynn Pope if it was during the day. I'm not calling no woman who's married 9-10 o'clock at night. So, just for the record, I would give you a call and tell you what I think instead of just making a video about you. But like I said, it's 10 o'clock at night. I don't want to do it. You can't censor folks on their own platform how they say it. There's nobody censoring anybody. There's only one entity that can censor people. Well, two. That is Facebook and YouTube or Google. But other than that, I'm not censoring nobody. I have my opinion though, right? I have my opinion. And like I said, I'm a fan of the man. This whole setup is because of me watching and learning from Kevin.Samuels. He promotes polygamy. I don't have a problem with polygamy. Shoot. I would love to have 2 wives. Yeah, I said it. I would love to have 2 wives. However it works out. I would love to have 2 wives. So I don't promote it. I don't think he promotes it, but overall, I wouldn't mind having two wives instead of 1. And you know, I don't want y'all to be like, oh, he's terrible. He says I'm not promoting nothing. I'm just answering a question. Okay. So I'm not running around promoting nothing. All right. I just answered a question. So leave me alone. Y'all will take something and run with it, and y'all will make a whole show about it. Next thing you know, someone don't tag me. I was doing something in my comments, and somebody said, Cynthia G is talking about you. I didn't even know who she was. All because of my collaboration with Tanya TKO. Next thing you know, I don't even know who the heck Cynthia G was, and I go over there and she made a whole show about your boy. I'm like, yo, I ain't even nobody out here. I just got on YouTube. I'm like, these people tripping. All right, so I was disappointed in Miss Pope. You need Jesus. Why? Because I wouldn't mind having 2 wives. What's wrong with having 2 wives? I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could do videos together. One sit right here and the other sit right here. Yeah, like I wouldn't mind that. What's wrong with you? Is something wrong with me because I want 2 wives? Hold on. Somebody said, what? Oh, okay. Here you go. I'm not talking about you. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just reading the comments. All right. That is a disingenuous statement. He says that some men will cheat and that often women give up too soon after the cheat. I agree with you on that, Corey. I agree with you on that. Let me say something about that real quick. I totally agree with you, Corey. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all want to be married, there's a high possibility that you're going to get cheated on. Okay. Sorry. I'm not saying it's okay to cheat. I'm not saying that anything, but just the way life is. If you want to be married, it's a small possibility that you're going to get cheated on. I'm not saying it's okay, but it's a possibility. And if you get cheated on and that man done married you, y'all need to work it out. Sit down, get therapy, find out why he cheated. Figure that out. Figure it out. Do not sit around and talk about you're going to divorce this man. Don't do it. We need to keep these families together. Okay? And don't go cheat because he cheated. Just figure it out. Okay? I know one woman right now that is going through all kinds of crap. She had a husband. I'm not saying he's a great husband because I don't know the man, but she had a husband. He cheated on her. They split, and she's going through all kinds of crap. She's lonely. I mean, lonely. Her son is on her dad's side, opinion wise. So she feels the effects of her son like taking her dad's side. So it's like this two-sided thing. They got real estate together, and he has enough money to pay for lawyers, and he's like, you can have a little bit of this, but she's trying to get half, and he's like, no, you're not getting half. But since he has the lawyers and she doesn't, she's stressing out, paying for all these lawyers, trying to fight for half. I hit her up. I'm like, yo, stop fighting. Either try to get back with him, or just let it go and stop trying to get half. You did this, and I know he cheated, but that's something that they could have worked out. Stop divorcing men because they cheat. Okay, sorry, it is what it is. We are or may cheat. Doesn't mean you're supposed to divorce the man. Because here's the thing, what you gonna do after that? Huh? You know how hard it is for a woman to get married, and you married, and you want to walk away from the marriage? Stop. Breaking news, Mr. I do not have 3 wives. Yeah, 3 wives is a little much. I don't want no 3 wives, but I'll take 2. So if any of y'all, think if you're good at getting along with women, and you know what I'm saying, you want to do the 2 wives, one husband thing, hit me up. I'm with it. You got to be cute now. You know what I'm saying? You got to be petite, and you can't be wearing wigs. But that's a totally different show, and we're not gonna go through all that or whatever. But those are the things I want. But hit me up. All right, look, I'm gonna get up out of here. Well, ladies can cheat too. No, you're not. No, you can't. Ladies cannot cheat because you're going to end up being alone, and you're going to be looking stupid because guess what? We ask women to marry us. So we can easily leave you and go marry another woman. You can't do that. So you run around cheating. If you want to, you're going to be looking dumb because he's going to leave you and you ain't going to be able to find nobody. Looking like a dummy. Honestly, I don't know if I would, but know a lot of men who end up raising children that their wives created with their knowledge, without their knowledge. Ooh, different show. I totally agree with you on that. I get it, but different show. Just like a man when he cheats. Well, no, when a man cheats and a woman divorces him, he can go find another woman and marry her. And most likely the woman that left the guy for cheating is still going to be by herself looking stupid. So it is what it is. You know how y'all love to say, it ain't no good men out here. Yeah. And you got one and you going to let him go. Dummy. Hell no, that's the same as saying that all men are cheaters. I never said all men are cheaters. What are you talking about, Bella Brown? I said that if you are married or getting married or close to getting married, it's a small possibility that you may get cheated on. And if you find out you're getting cheated on, do not stop the train. Stay on the train and get married because your kids need that intact family unit. Stop making everything about you, you selfish. And I know the man, I'm telling you that your husband cheated on you, and I'm saying you selfish. Y'all work it out is all I'm saying. Damn. Yes, keep your good man. Stop being stupid. Shoot. How many times have y'all got cheated on anyway? 30? Shoot. Virtually every man you've been with cheated on you. What are you talking about? Why do you think you single now? Because a man before you was single cheated. What's wrong with you? I'm so confused. There's no reason to be confused. Stop divorcing people because they cheat. It's stupid. 78 days. I would leave him, but I would want to know why. Oh, 78 days is somebody's name, I guess. Well, you're going to be looking stupid by yourself, Terica. That's stupid. All right, y'all. I'm going to end this, and I need you guys to do something. If you guys if you guys have not seen the video I did about Derek Jackson, go watch that video. I might put it up here somewhere. If you guys have not seen the video that I did with Tanya TKO, I'm gonna put it up here somewhere, or after this video, or whatever. You have not seen the video that I did about toxic mothers. I made a specific playlist called Mama Trauma. Yeah, I made a playlist called Mama Trauma. So go watch that. He's dead serious. There's a lot of temptation in Atlanta. That's crazy. Yes, it is a lot of temptation. I love it. Would you be able to take care of 2 wives? Yes. Yes, I will. Yes. They're going to have jobs, so they're not going to be sitting around not having no jobs. But yes, I'll be able to take care of 2 women. We're going to, yeah, so yes. But y'all have a wonderful evening, and I hope this taught y'all something. And for those of you who are just coming on, please go watch the playback, because there's a lot of things that we discussed that can literally help you and help your kids. So y'all have a good night.